Welcome back, people. We're live. Welcome to the Two Alpha Talk Show. And tonight's show, we're going to talk about HR 1808 and the NAAGA president on his surprising thing he did today, this last week. I had to say that. All right, we'll see. All right, we're live on YouTube, the Two Alphas Talk, Twitch, Saber Team 19, and Facebook, Saber Team Tactical LLC. This is a live call-in show. The number is 404-692-0561. And also you can go ahead and text or chat in on those platforms we just told you about that you're watching on. And we will answer your questions and put them on live on air. We're also going to be hosting on IG for first 30 minutes of the show. Then we're going to cut it out. So tonight's topic is so let's go into who sponsors the show tonight. Sponsor the show tonight is Saber Team Tactical. Let me pull that up. All right, Saber Team Tactical is the sponsor of tonight's show and just about every show. So we have our classes, and Al's gonna go ahead and cover those.
Yeah, well, our classes, our biggest one is the one-on-one training. We get a lot of folks reach out to us, and for whatever reason, they don't, not feel comfortable yet to go to. They don't feel comfortable being a large group. So we do one-on-one training. We get you up to speed on whether you're intermediate trying to move to advanced level, or you're somebody that's brand new to firearms. We'll get you there. Then we have basic firearms training for self-defense. Those classes work on the fundamentals of drawing firearms, getting firearms into action from a holstered position, from a seated position, introducing the shooter to reloads and sight alignment, sight pictures, and things like that. We work from there to progress to all of our other classes, like semi-automatic rifle for self-defense. That class is also starts with the ground up, so to speak. So we go over the rifle. One of the things that I noticed in the last class that was really cool was that one of the guys had different equipment on his rifle, and as we started talking about the rifle and breaking it down with the added accessories, he said he had to make a really big decision as to whether he was going to keep certain things on and take certain things off. So we go through all of that. Concealed carry medical class is a great class. That class will get you ready, not necessarily just for gunshot wounds, but any triage that you'd have to do for yourself or an individual that's in your party, family members, loved ones, all of that stuff. So definitely a good class to take. Stop the bleed. Shotgun for self-defense is pretty much self-explanatory, but we go over the shotgun and let you see what your shotgun is capable of and what you are capable of doing with that shotgun. So we go through patterning the shotgun, what type of sights, add-ons, accessories, the same thing where we talk about with the rifles. Medical and rifle battle class is just what it says. It's a class that will put you through your paces. Not only do you get to learn more about medical assistant for yourself with tourniquets and blood stopping agents, but also battle where you actually have to go save each other and work in groups, movement and shooting and suppressive fire, things like that. And it's really a good class and learn a lot from that. Rifle and PCC class.
That class is closed. That class is closed. It's closed for the end of the year. Yeah. All right, no more classes there.
Well, I'm just going to describe it. But anyway,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Rifle and tactical gear class. If you have any gear whatsoever and you want to test it out, sign up for that class because that will test your gear. What you break something, or not you, but something breaks every class that you have. Somebody brings something that's wish level equipment, and it doesn't hold up the muster.
All right, and then that top, just click on that online store, and this store might be changing. I might end up shutting down and not selling a lot of this gear. So that's coming. Still haven't made a decision yet. So that decision coming. So only thing I'm gonna promote is um, the medical supplies and also the Saber Team Tactical swag. We got plenty of swag here, and also we do custom engraving. So the custom engraving. Let me turn this down. Custom engraving. If you notice, let's see if you guys. Let me get the right page on so I can see what I'm doing here. And boom, boom. So this is a Zippo lighter that's has Saber Team Tactical on it. Also have I also do plaques, which this is an airborne plaque, and this is 5 by something, 5 by 9. And for all you Marines out there, most of you guys saw this, and Marine emblem is a big one. So contact me, and we can do stuff like that. All right, and off to the show. All right. This is a big one, guys. If you guys haven't been paying attention, HR 1808. This is a bill that they had already wrote. I kept telling everybody, if you was to give them an inch, then take a mile. So we gave them the first gun control bill, and what happened was they had this bill lying in wait. And when they did, what they did was they sprung it on the Senate, and this bill went straight into a judiciary committee, which they had a hearing on it last week, and it passed the hearing by 25-18. And all the Democrats voted for it, and all of the Republicans voted against it. Now, this thing goes into it's being introduced into the House as of this week, and so we got to hope this thing doesn't pass. This thing passed, the United States is over. Hate to say it, but this bill describes semi-automatics. Let's see, is it big enough? Yeah. Semi-automatics in their definition. Their definition is they get it down. Here it is right here. Pulls a separate pull for each fire into the cartridge. Semi-automatic shotguns, same thing. It's also including pistols too. So anything that has an automatically feeding ramp that feeds one round after another, and just by you placing your finger on the trigger and feeding the cartridges, the rounds itself, it's going to be a semi-automatic. Then they go into a definition of a not fixed magazine, pistol grip, forward grip, any of these detachable stocks, folding stocks, length, size, dimensions, capability, grenade launchers. And the grenade launchers, they're not just talking about grenade, because everybody knows grenade launchers, they're actually illegal. But what they're looking at is the flare grenade launchers, the 47 millimeter ones. Shrouded barrels, any type of shrouded barrel you got on your weapon, firearm is gone. A threaded barrel, gone. So if the semi-automatic, if it exceeds more than 10 rounds and is not a 22 caliber rimfire, it's classified as going to be on this list. And they did this in such detail that it goes past the assault. What was it? The assault weapons bill they had with Bill Clinton. This bill right here goes in great detail, and I don't think you guys realize how much detail they put into this. They had been working on this for years, and but it follows everything. And I encourage everybody to go out and read this bill because you might not believe me, but you guys are thinking, oh, this is just ARs, right? And no, if you look right here, it's AKs too, all type of AKs, and the
Specific.
specific. And the nasty things about it, just like Al just said, specific. They name them. They name the brand, the make, and the model. Look at this. All the make and models for all the AKs and ARs, they're naming them. Every single one of them. Going down the list. If yours is on there, I got several on here,
Yep.
and
I'm
all
just
of
seeing a
mine.
couple go by.
Yeah, basically all of mine are on there. Every
There's
single
some
one
of
of them.
them on there that I've had since the 90s that are on this list.
Well, I got a Winchester Model 70. That's
Mhm.
not on the list. That's a bolt action.
Right.
And
Well, I have well, bolt actions are exempt from this. They don't
right,
care about bolts. They just want semi-automatics.
right.
And
But see, but bolt actions exempt for now.
mm,
But
yeah,
until later
well,
on, yeah,
you think
we'll
about it.
get to that.
If you
We'll
want to
get to
look
that.
at it in a worse situation, and the uprising of the American people, as they will call it, I'd rather face a bolt action than a semi-automatic.
Yeah, especially bolt action will it hurt you very hard. One hit,
Mm-hmm.
you get hit with a motion to gun, you're going down. Yeah, you're not getting back up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or a creep more. You
Yep.
know, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they got, if you guys notice, I'm just scrolling through here. I'm not gonna read them all because there's a lot on this list, and some of them are illegal, like Mac 10s and Mac 11s. We don't own those, except some of the gang members do. And but mostly, look at the 6-hour P556 pistol. I mean, it's like Jesus Christ. I mean, they're just going ham. The Sega's 12s. All my Sega's on the list. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
got. I'm a be a full fledged felon, you know, and um, and and also too, I forgot to describe. I forgot to say, they're not just going after uh your um
Rifles.
your rifles and shotguns and pistols, but see, belt fed. Any of you guys with class 3s, those are gone. You're not gonna own those anymore either. So then you got uh, they're going after the magazines, the drums, all that stuff got to be turned in and confiscated. You know, and so you guys thinking, well, I just keep my stuff. They're not This is no grandfather, none at all. This is not a grandfather. Everything that's on the list is will immediately 90 days, and I'll show you guys 90 days after bill passed, this is going to affect. You either have to turn them in or they confiscate them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what's happening. And they're even I mean, I never seen anything like this. This bill had been lying in wait for a long time, and they knew it. You guys on IG, please go over to um YouTube, because we're going to shut IG down 30 minutes into the show. We're not going to finish the show off of this. So go and support us on YouTube, please, and watch the show in full glory, where you can have the
Full production.
your full production. You can see all the
Banners
animation and
we
stuff we
have.
got going on. Okay.
Call
All right.
in.
And you can call in or text in, because I'm really
Right.
not reading Instagram. I think Al might be reading.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
got
know.
it. I got
Yeah.
it.
Okay. I mean, this is, I mean, every firearm in the United States will be gone. And check this out. All you new firearms owners, your guns are gone too.
Yeah, there's no
So
grandfather clause.
there's no grandfather. Everybody who bought a gun, who owns a gun in the United States, or was a Second Amendment supporter, sports shooter, well, you'll be able to shoot clays. We'll get to that. But or Olympic
Over and
22
under,
trial shoot.
side by side. You can't use
Yeah,
a
you
semi.
can.
A couple
Yeah,
guys
you
you
can
can.
hunt
You
and do
can't
all
use
that
semi
stuff.
anymore.
But you guys that shoot IDPA, IPSC, two
Steel
gun, 3
challenge.
gun, done.
Steel
Those
challenge.
Steel challenge. All those sporting events are gone. You will no longer be able to shoot that stuff at all. And they don't care. I
And
mean,
you know
this.
what? As you scroll down, you're going through probably, I don't know, maybe 60 pages right now. I see nothing in reference to prosecution of criminals. I see
Oh, it's coming.
nothing of
Is at the
no,
bottom.
no, not the prosecution
Oh,
of
the criminals. Oh
law
no,
abiding
this
citizens. I
has
don't see
nothing
any
to do with the
nothing
criminals.
about murder, nothing
No,
about people who uh conspire to do things against the government or other people. I don't see anything about that in this.
no. This is not for the criminals. This is for us.
Mm-hmm.
This is for us. This is for you American people. This is what this is for. This is has nothing to do with the criminal. Criminals still going to carry,
Exactly.
regardless. They don't care about going to jail.
Mm-mm.
Okay, and but they won't turn their weapons in. You'll turn them in, and you'll get robbed because now you turn yours in, and what's going to happen? Then the police are not going to come and help you because they don't
They
have
don't
enough
come help you
manpower.
now. They don't
Yeah, they
come
don't
help
come
you
in.
now. I
Right,
mean, they're on their way, but they're not here when it happens.
right,
You
right.
know, look at the young
Now,
man. Was it Ohio, wherever he was, the 40 yards in 15 seconds?
mhm.
Where was law enforcement then?
Now, if you have a firearm, you see that's the one I said C, the antique firearms and definition 921 of this title. 921 title. The only one you're gonna like if you say if you own a German Luger, right, and it's an antique, it has to be rendered inoperable. So it has to be welded shut.
Right.
It has to
Or put a plug in it.
all the guts have to be sealed up so it cannot actually work. That's the only way you're going to be able to use it. It's going to be a fireplace mantelpiece. That's what it's going to
Mhm.
be. Then I mean then you got this: the sale or transfer, okay, of any of these things are going to be rendered immediately stopped. So you won't be able to go to gun shows to be over. Done. No more gun shows. You
Mhm.
won't be able to sell to your uncles, whoever. The only
Nope.
people going to be able to possess these things is law enforcement officers, active law enforcement
Right.
officers, not
Agents of the government.
agents of the government. They're the only ones are going to be able to have high capacity magazines, ARs, AKs, and all the other good stuff that you will watch on the movies.
Yep.
Yeah,
And remember the good old days.
right, right. Um, any and here it is. So this is law enforcement. The only people going to be in law enforcement is going to be able to have those semi-automatic weapons. They're going to be have to be in good standing. So if you got a strike against you, you're not getting it. They don't like you if you support the Second Amendment. You support anything to do with the American people. They're probably going
Dude.
to say you're not going to be able. You're not going to be a part of
Oh.
that. What happened?
So they're going to try to woo retired police officers by
Mm-hmm.
allowing them to be that's a grandfather right there. The
Right.
possession by an individual who is retired in good standing from service with a law enforcement agency and is not otherwise prohibited from receiving a firearm
Those,
of a semi-automatic assault weapon
those are going to be
sold or transferred.
those are going to be your stormtroopers.
Wow.
Those are going to be the guys that's going to come in and do your confiscations. You know what I'm saying? So,
Sold or transferred to the individual by such as upon retirement, or that the
mm-hmm,
individual purchased otherwise obtained for official use before such retirement.
mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm. Those are going to be
I
your
didn't. I
guys.
told you I read
And
most of it. It's like
oh,
you know what?
and check this out. Those guys are not just willy nilly. They're going to be vetted. So if they go through and find out these guys supported Trump, voted for Trump, or anything like that,
Most of
or
them would have too.
right, so those guys won't be part of it. You see,
Mm-mm-mm.
they're going to vet them out.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's
because they're
right.
here it is right here. It says good standing from service from law enforcement agency.
Mhm.
They're telling them they're about to vet them guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
So
guy with good service, but they don't like the way it looks at the end. You might
that's
not be.
right. That's
Your
right.
rights will be infringed.
Right. Or his social media page didn't look right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No. So oh, it's nasty. It is nasty. And I'm trying to find the part in here they're talking about uh let's see. make sure. Keep a watch and see if we have any questions because I'm not on that page.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. So basically what they're gonna do is get the attorney general to enforce all the attorney generals in each of the states to help push this crime bill. And because now everybody who violate this will be criminals. Okay.
Wait a minute. You said crime bill, but I thought this was the assault weapons ban.
Yeah, right. Remember what we was talking about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
That's what this is. Federal money is going to be given to the states as grants
Yep.
in order to enforce this.
That's what Tim was talking about.
And the states are going to want that federal money because
And
of
they
the
will
crime
comply.
stats, and they will comply, and you will comply too by being prosecuted and forfeited your Second Amendment rights,
And their
probably
property.
and your property, and you're gonna do some time in prison too. You'll never
That's
own another gun. You'll never be allowed to vote again.
Australia.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, this is. But they never say anything about the ammunition. They're just going after the firearm and the magazine, firearm and the magazine. But
Because they
this,
saw that people were still willing to pay these outrageous prices for 50 rounds of ammunition.
it wasn't
So
stopping them.
it wasn't stopping them, right?
It wasn't stopping them. It wasn't
Mhm.
stopping them. And I mean, this is let's see what else I can find out of here. And I'm just pulling out little stuff. I'm really not even going into the meat and potatoes of this thing. I'm just pulling out little stuff, and you see how deadly this thing is. I mean, it's just really, oh my God.
It would gut the Second Amendment.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And remember about 2 years ago, there was another one. I forgot the lady's name, California senator, and she posed one. And everybody got up. Oh,
That's the
she does it
senator from
every year.
our senator.
No,
No.
no, she was in California. I don't remember
Oh,
her name, but
California.
California.
Okay.
You if I said her name, you know it. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, she brought it up, and everybody said, "Oh," and you said back then, "This is just a shot across the bow. There's more to come," and this is it.
Yep. This is it. I didn't think I was going to live to see this, but it's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of people are not paying attention, and everybody's screaming, pay attention, because once they make this into a law, and everybody's saying with the Supreme Court, once they make this in law, they put a 90-day hold on this thing. And so you'll have 90 days to get prepared. By that time, Supreme Court probably won't even have it ready for an argument. So it's going to take effect, and people will be prosecuted and thrown in jail by the time the Supreme Court can step in and do something about it. It will be a law,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
you know the biggest thing is that people don't understand is the majority of the politicians also understand the law because they are lawyers.
yeah, they know. They
Mm-hmm.
know. Yeah, they definitely know.
You're not dealing with idiots. You're not dealing with and they're not the local. These are the federal ones. The level of
Oh,
understanding is a lot higher.
there it is. This is what I was looking for right here. The only way you can grandfather your semi-automatic weapon, there's a grandfather's clause. You got to have a safe. Or your firearms have to be within 1 arm's length from you and at all times. Now, check this out. How is that going to be possible for you to get a concealed weapons permit if you carry a semi-automatic?
Right.
You can't. So this federal law will supersede over every state law. So you'll never be able to own a semi-automatic to even actually possess or act in the grandfather safe device requirement. Now, who will be able to do this is retired law enforcement or active police. Them the only people who do it.
Yeah.
We won't be able to do this because we won't fall under the grandfathering clause.
Yeah.
Oh, this identifying markings. They're going by markings. They're going by large capacitive magazine, feeding devices. Then they got right here seizure and forfeiture of feeding devices. So you got to turn in your magazines. This is what I'm talking about. You, all your 30 round magazines, any magazine you have that's over 10 rounds, you got to turn it in. You can't keep it.
Well, if you turn in all your rifles, what would you want to keep the magazines for? See?
Because you might have some rifles that's not on the books.
Well, regardless, even if you're in possession of it, you still become a criminal.
A criminal.
Right. So at
Right.
that point, I think what this is basically saying is we might as well go ahead and add this into. So go ahead and pass those on.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pass those over.
Yeah. Yeah. Turn them in.
Mm-hmm.
Turn them in, American people.
Yep.
And now, before I go any farther, I want to talk to you, American people. You clowns keep voting for Democrats. I'm just going to say it tonight. Okay. Because how much time we got into the show? We're going to go ahead and I think this
7 minutes.
Oh, I was going to say
I'm sorry, 3 minutes. You good?
Yeah. Okay. You got 3 minutes. Yeah. I'm going to say they have been telling us all this time that the boogeyman is the Republican Party. And the Republican Party is the white supremacists, and the ones who are going to take your freedoms and put you back in slave camps. This is clear evidence that the ones who are trying to take our freedom and put us in slave camps is the Democratic Party. And if you don't understand that, you are a complete idiot, because this is clear evidence right here that you guys are voting for people who are trying to enslave you. Once they take away these firearms, what do you think is going to happen to us?
After the warlords?
After the warlords, after a foreign country can come in and take over the United States. UN can come in and take over the United States. We can't fight back. We can't do anything. The Second Amendment was designed for us to defend ourselves from our government. This is clear that the government is against the American people, and who is that part of that government who's pushing that is the Democratic Party. The ones you guys constantly continue to keep voting for, especially you guys who on that HOTEP thing, and you guys are sitting up here, a lot of you liberals who want guns and stuff, you guys are getting guns, and now you sit up here and continue to vote. This is the guys you're voting for. And now this may happen. Hopefully it won't happen, but if this happens, United States will be over in the year 2022. This will be it. We're not a democracy, guys. We are a republic. So let that be an eye opener to a lot of you guys. Now let's go back into this thing. Now here's all the exempt firearms. I'm not even gonna go through all this. But I'm just gonna cover the titles and scroll through. They got centerfire rifles, autoloaders, centerfire. Okay. So it's a lot on here. I was surprised to see the M1 carbine was on here and the M1 Grand.
Man, they want them all.
No, these are exempt.
I know, but I'm saying okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, these are exempt. These are the ones we can keep for now. But I think later on they'll come after them.
Go back up, bro. Go back up for a minute.
Yeah.
Read that right there. Appendix A. Firearms exempt by the assault weapons ban of 2017.
Oh, I've read this wrong. They added them in. Yeah. So they added them in. So yeah, all these are gone. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I overlooked that part where it said of 2017.
2017.
Yeah, I read this right here, and I didn't finish reading that. Oh my God. This is more. Look at this.
See that SKS type rifles with fixed 10 round magazine and standard fixed stock.
Gone.
Dude, at one time that was $175.
Right. Check this out.
And like Invisible Hand just said, the government has declared war on the American people with this ban.
Yep. You guys on IG, please go over to.
No, he said it
Oh
on
yeah.
this joint.
Okay, yeah, I see it right
I
there.
think he's
I'm
with
gonna put him on
Twitch.
the air. I'm gonna put him on the air. There you go, right there. The government has declared war on the American people with this ban. Yes, they have. And guess who they're gonna get to do it with? ATF, FBI, military. They already purged the military. FBI is already on their side, and the ATF is already on their side. They already got their army. They just don't have enough of them. But if they get people to turn in their weapons, and people will, because they're stupid, go ahead and let's kill the IG stream, Al.
Already done that, bro.
Okay, cool. I can shut this down. And yeah, let me get back to this. And so lever and slide action rifles. So all those gonna be gone. Look at the Henry. Look at the Henry.
Right.
The big boys on here.
The Henry is more of a collector's item when you,
Yeah.
especially like the Golden Boy or anything
Yeah.
engraved. You're spending damn near $600-$700 for that rifle, and that goes over a mantelpiece.
Right. Not anymore. Yeah, let me fix my camera. I just messed myself up. Yeah, not anymore. So it's gonna go into one of those retired police officers.
Partially.
Safe.
That's no joke.
Yeah.
I agree. But
Yeah.
the other thing is that it'll probably be underneath a tank or some big excavator as it crushes it.
Yeah, yeah. There's gonna be a lot of money being destroyed. Let's see what else we got. What else we got here?
Some of those Remingtons are so old, bro. I'm looking at that. I haven't seen those in years.
Oh, look at this. All the Rossies.
A Remington Model 760 slide action.
Yeah, gone.
That's a pump rifle, bro.
Gone.
I mean, that came out after Chuck Connors, the Rifleman.
So they went all the way back to
Look, Model 94.
Look,
it was made in 1894.
Yeah, but look, Taylor and Company,
1865 rifle.
Yeah.
I know they still make them, but the design is from a long time ago.
Right. So they're going back deep. So you tell me they just came up with this? No. This had been worked on for decades.
Yep.
Centerfire bolt action rifles. All right. You got every single one of them from Australia to United States. Got all the Brownings. I'm trying to see if I see the Browning 50 cal in here. Don't see it. You got all the Centuries. CZ. I mean, even the Marlins. Really, then U.S. Navy arms. I haven't seen this one in a long time.
Nope.
But it's on here. All the Remingtons. So I got a Remington 700 bolt action. This one right here. Gone. I mean,
as
you
I
got
said before,
Ruger Sporter, Hawkeye Sporter. Look.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I have a Mark II. I just want to know, what is it going to stop? What is it preventing? That's all.
It's going to prevent us from fighting against our federal government when they try to enslave us. That's what it's going to prevent. That's exactly what it's going to prevent. Because they got to.
Because as you said that, is it the enslaved? That's a good segue to the second part.
Yes, it is. Let me finish scrolling through this when we're going to our commercial break. I think somebody just said something. Yeah, okay. And let me finish this, then we'll come back and we're gonna oh my God. Well, let's just finish this, then I'll be off this page and I won't have to come back to it. This thing got me really pissed off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the rimfire rifles, they even get the rimfires. You got the Marlins, you got the look at this. Look. Look, people. Think we're joking? Ruger 1022, gone.
That's a classic.
It's a classic. Everybody has one. You know,
Mm-hmm.
rimfire rifles, all of them are gone. And you got the bolt action rimfire rifles, gone. That's every
And those
gun.
on-shot rifles, they're like marksmanship personified. Most of our small bore competitors, especially at the
For the
like I said,
Olympics.
all the Olympics, that's what they use.
Yeah,
Competition rifles,
right.
center
They'll
fire
be
and rim fire.
they'll be
They're
exempt because
22s and 17 HMR, as you
they'll
see
be
right there.
exempt because they will fall under the safe,
Government.
the government safe. Yeah, right. And they'll be shooting for the federal government. So
Yeah, but at this point, you those are guns that are going to be locked in a safe, and you'll be able to use them when you show up at a range, and then you go home and you better have a knife.
yeah, better have a knife. I mean, the shotguns, every single shotgun known to mankind, all those ones you guys buying at your local gun store here in Georgia are on this list too. All the cheap ones. Slide action. I mean, it goes on and
I
on and
wonder what the
on.
definition of slide action. Because I think slide action is same as
Yeah,
a
it's
bolt.
way at the top. It's
No,
way,
I don't
way.
want to know. Don't go back. I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm not
saying
gonna go
what.
back. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna scroll through this and I'm just gonna hit the titles so I can get out of this real quick. Shotgun side by side. I know they got under and over. Yeah, bolt action shotguns. Go read this bill for yourself, people. Don't listen to me. Read it for yourself. Keep voting Democrats. You're gonna keep voting ourselves into a slavery camp. That's exactly what's getting ready to happen. All right. There's nothing else I can say about this. It's crazy. Let me go ahead and pull this up. And at this time, we're gonna go ahead and take a 30-minute break. Show our commercial break, and we'll come back to you guys.
I often get the question, why train with Saber Team? And one of the things at Saber Team, we teach you from the basics on up. We do beginning classes where we get the fundamentals in play. We get sight alignment, sight mark, all your marksmanship principles in. We move forward from there, and we do advanced and intermediate training where we actually start teaching how to fight with a gun. That's the difference between shooting a gun and fighting with a gun. When you're fighting with a gun, you're trying to make hits. When you're shooting a gun, you're looking for bullseyes. We teach you how to move, get off the X, not move in a parallel motion, not be a robot.
When you get your grip, you're riding that down.
Oh.
So what I'm going to do for you is what I do when I have guns like that.
Okay.
Put your thumb right there.
Gotcha.
But it's going to take some work and effort for you to get it there. When you dry fire at home, get that thumb on the outside. Go. There you go. Get it. Good.
So if you decide that you want to carry a gun, you just bought a new gun and you're ready to go, you need to come out and train. Whether it's with Saber Team or somebody else that's vested and vetted and has the knowledge and information that you need. And how do you find that? You reach out to them, you speak to them, you ask them serious questions about what they've done to get to a level of proficiency that will be able to transmit or transfer to you. At Saber Team, we've taken classes from everybody with big names, all the big names, you name it, and we've probably been in one of those training courses to learn how to fight with a gun. And then we turn around and teach our students the same thing. So we implore everyone to come out and shoot with Saber Team because we are learning every day. We are the lifestyle of firearms and the Second Amendment, as well as self-defense. That's the key. You just can't shoot everybody. And we teach you who to shoot and how to shoot them.
All right, and my company will be going out of business if that law passes. And don't look for me on the side because I will be on the other side doing my thing. So I would disappear. The show would go off the air. There's a lot of things that would happen. So
That is true.
yeah, you guys never hear from me again on social media, and that's all I can say. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, this is a serious situation at this point.
Yeah. Let's just go into oh my God. Like and share and tell everybody what's going on from this video, or take that document, show them so they can talk about it. You guys start your own platforms, get on social media, do your own talking, but don't sit on this information. Put it out there and let people talk. And we got to call these our stupid senators and let them know, and you don't want this. Now, you got anything, Al?
No stone should be left unturned.
Right.
You never know what kind of pressure you can deliver, especially with multiple people saying the same thing.
We got to put the pressure on them. Let me see what I'm looking for here. Oh, there he is. Boom. Now, let's go into our second part of this. Now, a lot of you guys, this is mostly local and national. Let's say how I put this. NAAGA is a well, how would I describe them?
A newcomer.
Yeah, it's an up and coming group that was it turned into a social group. And this is a guy, President Phil. He started this group because he didn't see any black people in firearms. So he started a group.
Anybody at the range that he was going to, because he was going to shots fired over in Covington.
Right.
He would go there and he would never. He said he didn't see many blacks. Is what he said.
Right. That was his personal problem because he didn't go to all the ranges. And so, I always said this guy was a front for the Democratic Party. I still think he is. And but he was at the Senate Judiciary Committee on the talking about guns in the 21st century and the 19th century and black codes. And he basically was defending that we don't need gun control in the United States because it's gonna hurt black people, even though they're only 12.7% in the United States. And but black ownership is just as important for firearms in this country as any other ownership. That's basically what he was trying to say. But I was very pleased that he actually went up there and did this. I just wish he had to use a little bit more history about the guns instead of about the black code, because he started in 1865 with the black code and didn't go back any farther when guns were even ahead of that time,
Yeah, but before that, blacks couldn't own guns. We couldn't own guns during that time.
Right.
Slaves were allowed to use guns for hunting while they were being watched by a master or an overseer. But a black man couldn't walk down the street. Even free blacks that lived in the South couldn't walk down the street with a firearm. They weren't allowed to own them back then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I mean what he's mentioning for reference to the black codes transfers into the future after 1865, where it was basically the same law that was prior to 1965 turned and pushed forward of 1865 in order to continue to keep people from defending themselves.
Right. And according to his records, we have 14 million current firearms in the homes of black people that will be subject under this here Gun Control Act, and they will be left how you want to say it, unarmed, just like everybody else is. So now we're going to be scrapping with baseball bats, but some people are going to keep their firearms, and that's what they're going to be using to steal your food and everything else with. So, but this was a surprising event that caught us all by surprise. I guess he probably did this because he had stated in the state of Georgia, it was kind of a Freudian slip that he was against the constitutional carry.
Well,
But
that would be fair to the dude. AJC jacked him up. He made a
right, I
comment
know
that
he
had
kind of
nothing.
he
The
tripped him up.
they printed something opposite. He never said that he was against the constitutional carry.
I was about to
He said,
clarify all that.
no,
You
I'm just
said
helping
it.
you out. I know you're
Yeah,
not
I was about to clarify it, but okay, go ahead.
No, I'm saying he never said that. And what he was trying to do was just say straight up, hey, he thinks, and it's his personal feeling. He didn't say the organization. He said he feels that more people should have to have training. That's the slippery slope, because at this point, if you say that we have to have training, who provides the training?
Right.
Who designs the lesson plan? Who says that this is all you guys have to learn this? Who does that? The government. And at that point, you're right back where you started.
And also with this ban, all you firearms instructors, you no longer be gonna be getting that extra juice money. It's over. It's a wrap. So okay, that's great because I was confused with his response. Yeah, he was tripped up and he
Yeah.
got on air and we actually played it where he restated what his response really was.
Right.
And just by him doing this was clear that where his mindset is at. He's for the Constitution. He's for America. He's for the Second Amendment.
I'm gonna hit you with this one. This is gonna be this little trip. Are there Democrats that are for the Second Amendment and for this country?
Well, I'm gonna take this down. Are the Democrats? No.
Are there any Democrat? I said a Democratic Party.
No.
A member or somebody who's a Democrat. They're not Second Amendment.
No.
People?
No.
Dude, you and I both go to a private or members only range, and I'm gonna tell you right now, there are hundreds, at least in this area. There are hundreds of Democrats, people who vote Democrat that are white and black.
I know
that own guns.
I know what you're saying.
Shoot with us on a regular basis.
Then how can they be for America when they're going to vote for people who are going to take your rights away? How can you continue to vote? You got people who are Democrats we shoot with. We know they will sit up here, and we're talking about the state of Georgia. State of Georgia, we got a race with Governor Kemp. He's a devil we know. Then we have a new devil who has a gap in her tooth, Stacey Abrams. And so that is the devil we don't want to know. She's already stated that she is for gun control and getting rid of ARs. And with the same bill that just happened, she's for that. So yeah, you're laughing.
Right.
And but people, those same people Al's talking about, they will vote for her because of her skin color. They will vote for her because she's a Democrat. They will vote for her not realizing her policy until it's too late because they think it's not going to affect them.
Right.
Yeah. But if you go to her page, well, we did have a show on that. Her page clearly states she is against the constitutional carry bill, and this is what I don't understand. Most of the Democratic people who own guns
and see, there we go. That last comment, and I always say WKG. That is what I was getting at.
But if there is an HR 18 is a weapons ban, there'll be no more NAAGA. There's no more money for him. There it is. He has an agenda. Don't be fooled. Oh my God! Thank you, brother.
See, that's what I was getting at. Is that
thank you, brother?
What is the impetus? What is the reason for him to say this? Because he never mentioned in his presidential whatever the political thing he went to
dissertation.
Yeah, he never mentioned about forced training, which is always everywhere he goes. He says American citizens need firearms training. Georgians need firearms training. When he was starting off, when it was just a small little group in local, he was saying, "You guys got to get out and train. You got to get out and train." That was his biggest thing. When he was on the news, every piece I've ever seen, he
He
says we
wants them
provide
to.
training. He provides training. We're training. Just like my man just said, now to the fact that this band is pushing his organization, which he's put everything into. Think
He would
about
go broke.
it. He's now doing the same thing that maybe I'm not gonna say. Let me say this. He's a junior LaPierre.
Mm-hmm.
He's making his money from this organization now. This is his life.
Right. Well,
And if I'm wrong, somebody tell me. I've been wrong.
yeah,
before.
you're not wrong. He's
Right.
I think he might be a millionaire off this organization just
Easy.
by doing
Black
this.
Lives Matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, man.
So
And he's got 30. All right. Somebody did the math for me. Sam did this before. 30,000 members, and it was 26,000 people had signed up to go to that convention that they were having, and he did the math from that. And I think it's like $100 a person. He did it, and
good
he said
Lord.
from that and that right there, it was a couple
That's what
100,000.
elevated him up
Well,
even higher.
and
Yeah,
and
because a
they
lot of that
didn't do
money
it.
went into his pocket.
They didn't do it because of COVID.
Oh,
And
they
the
didn't do
vendors,
it.
no, yeah, because the first year they were supposed to do it is 2020.
Did
So
they give anybody
had to
their money back?
They had to hold on. No, it was a postponement, not a cancellation.
Oh, okay. So they had it.
And you know Sam locked on that, and he looks for something, he finds it.
Right.
And he had a whole detailed explanation. I'm paraphrasing it, but
It was
for the
probably
most
in a
part,
hotel area.
because they did finally have it here in Atlanta. It was
Right.
2021,
you can
22.
rent a hotel out for what is it, about $700-800 for a week or a weekend or something like that, and
Right.
And you can make the people there. They can give you discounts on the guests, but the people are going to pay for their own rooms. So all
Right.
that money went into his pocket.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah,
I don't know where that went. But what I'm saying is
his pocket.
the money was there, and then with the way
His
Sam estimated it, it was close to like $280,000.
Let me say it one more time. His pocket.
I said I don't know. I'm gonna do like
Now-
the news does. Allegedly,
Right.
dude murdered 4 people. Allegedly,
Right.
he murdered 4 people.
Right. So you guys share this with these clowns. If they're going to go buy a gun, and I'm strictly talking about state of Georgia, if they're going to go buy a gun and they start talking about Kemp, but they want to buy a gun for self-protection and exercise their concealed carry, was it constitutional carry rights?
Mm-hmm.
Tell them if it wasn't for Kemp, you wouldn't have that law.
Tell me about it.
You know, so
Mhm.
if we had Snagger-teeth in there, we would have had the law that they're pushing now here in Georgia.
In the state of Georgia.
Right.
And well, look, the thing is the boogeyman. I'm gonna shine a light on the boogeyman. No matter what she does, she can limit some things. She can make it a little bit more difficult, but she cannot take the law away from the state of Georgia.
No, she's not the law. She has to pass it. Yeah.
Just say that right now. But
Yeah.
at the same time,
I'm not voting for her either.
Right. But my point is, for people who are listening, and if anybody looks it up and say, "What those guys said," no, we're telling you straight up, she can't make any changes like that.
No, she can't.
So that's why what you mentioned earlier reminded me of it, where people are saying, she looks like me, she's the first Black female, she's the first Black person, blah blah blah. All those historical pieces that are well and good and great, but what do you want to give up to see that?
Right.
That's the bottom line. You're willing to give up your guns to see that, then you do what you gotta do.
Because she'll try to find a way to do it. But when you have this law doesn't come down, she will, and she takes over once this law go into effect. Get ready, Georgian people, you're going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Because she will enforce the DA to push, the AG to push you guys to be thrown in jail.
Yep.
And confiscated, all your home wrecked, everything.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. You'll be torn apart.
Mm-hmm.
So wake up, people. Share this with everybody. There's some groups I don't share with because they're a bunch of idiots in that group. And you guys think
you can't do it. Everybody's not going to think the same, and that's
they don't.
Understandable. But at the same time, we have to come to a consensus of what we want. If you're a Second Amendment proponent, then you have to understand that the sacrifice have to be made, and not the sacrifice of your property.
Right. I mean, this will be it.
Yep.
This will be it. I mean, they
These are
slowly
serious considerations, bro.
right. It took them 2 years to get to this point to tear down the United States, and they're already there. This will be the coup de grace that will kick off everything, and will we will say goodbye to the United States. There'll be no more. All your everything you guys like and enjoy, it'll be over as of this year. This year, it'll be enjoy it now because it will not be there next year. You probably won't even have a job. I guarantee you that. So you won't have any income, no funds. Mad Max days will be in effect, full effect.
Yeah,
And
nobody wants that. I know
No.
everybody dreams of that stuff. Will keep
No.
that in a dream. It
No.
ain't fun. That ain't fun.
no. So like I said, they've been planning this and working on this for a long time for them to come up with this bill. It's too detailed, 9 pages. So 9 pages of detailed information on how to take away everybody's firearm, and they're not batting an eye. They're willing to do it and think nothing of it.
Yep.
So that's telling you right there there's another plan. ID, you shared something where it was talking about the federal government doing hostiles and takeover and all the other stuff on IG. That's what that was referenced to. This. Okay. And so all because they know people are not going to turn their stuff in. They know strongholds are going to happen. They know certain things are going to happen. That's why they're putting out the information. If you're the people, that's why they're putting out the information. The biggest threat to the United States is the white supremacists, because anybody who holds out and who don't turn in and comply will be considered a right winger or a white supremacist. So boom, now you're a terrorist, and they're going to come after you, and they're going to come after you with the full government's weight. And the weight is the military, ATF, FBI. Boom.
Law enforcement.
Local law enforcement going to be there too, and they're coming after you. So be prepared, people. It's the only thing I can say. The 1976 attitude is there. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Yep. It is.
We're about to hit a shot around the world one more time.
And you black people, it's not the white supremacists you need to worry about. It's your federal government. And your federal government is being orchestrated and pushed by the Democrats. Those are your threats. And I keep telling you guys that for a long time, but you guys don't realize that.
I'm going to keep my eyes on both of them.
Well, you can keep your eyes on both of them, but the only ones right now is trying to do damage to us is one party. And this is the party that came up with this plan. And this is the party that came up with the last plan. Yes, we did have rhinos who went along with the last plan, trying to be politically correct. But this one here is a little bit, that first one was the Trojan horse. Now they got the horse in. So now they're trying to push, they're trying to do the
absolutely, and I think that's a good way of looking at it. Because you got people who are now sympathetic, and you have some gun people who are saying, "Well, it wasn't that bad," and then they don't read this and they say, "Oh, it's not too bad." And you're standing in line, looking at the head in front of you as you about to drop your guns in a dirt pile somewhere.
Because you notice this bill is not being talked about on national news at all. They're not going into no detail. There's only a few news organizations that are talking about it. Radio talk shows are talking about it. A few, but you got to be tuned into those radio talk shows to even know what's going on. If you're not a part of that, you won't even have a clear understanding of what's happening.
Dude, I flipped it on YouTube the other day, and there's only one guy, and he's does maybe 900 followers. He's the only guy that went into real detail about it. Everybody else is cursory. And this guy literally broke it down the way we did tonight. Or at least we did anyway.
And that was just quickly. I mean, there was a lot more points in there I could have touched on, but it would have taken a whole hour and a half just to do that. Also, at this moment, all government agencies are buying up
Yes, they
mass
are.
amounts of ammunition, firearms. Agencies you'll never think about: IRS, DNR, CDC, and all the other agents, all agencies within the law enforcement division, because they're getting prepared to what's going to happen. If this thing passed, they know they got to be ready.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
the last point that
Oh, there's
Ali
another
said,
one here. Hold on.
that's what right. That's what I was going to touch on that.
It's funny how they give a little and take a lot. How do we go with the Supreme Court?
How do we go from the Supreme Court decision to this? The Supreme Court decision was the reason, the reflex. This is the reflex from it. So that the Supreme Court decision is one thing, and this is how they counter it.
Mm-hmm. Right. They have been preparing
Supreme
for
Court
this.
says that it's legal for American citizens to arm themselves. Then they say, okay, we'll arm yourself with what? We'll
Right.
take everything away.
Yeah. We'll take it all away, and you're going to vote for it yourself.
Yep.
You're going to do it to yourself. That's what's going to happen.
Because most of the people that are in there right now have been voted in legally.
Yeah, they have, but they're being pushed by other people to
There's always
you
an
know.
agenda. There's always
Right.
an agenda.
Right. Yeah. So
There's always a hidden agenda as well.
So you guys grab your firearms, look at them, go rub them for the last time, kiss them, shoot them, sleep with them, do whatever you got to do with them, because this thing is coming to an end.
Wow.
That's all I got to say, man. I mean, I lived a good life, brother.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh my God, man. This is something else. We want to thank you guys for coming on and watching this, man. Like I said, this show is like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends about this, man. Talk to them. You got questions you want to ask us after the show, do it. We'll answer back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Come out to the range and train maybe for the last time. You know what I'm
2022
2022. Yeah, I'll try to make a training schedule for 2023, but hopefully it won't. It will go into effect. But right now, it's the future is not looking too good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Democrats control the House, and and that's just telling you something right there. If the Democrats control the House, they can vote this thing in. Yeah, and if it votes in the House, it goes to the Senate, and we know we're going to lose in the Senate unless they don't bring it to the floor. And yeah, you got to get out there ASAP. You got to come out. You got anything, Al?
Yeah, man. I think, like you said, research it for yourself. Don't listen to us. Find out how you fit into this, and then do something about it. We posted up the telephone numbers and the websites and links and all that stuff to who to get in contact with. Reach out, man. Don't hurt. Just an email. It's all free.
Yep. And everybody's got to be active now. You got to get active. You got to get involved in your local government and start contacting. Here in the state of Georgia, we got 2 fools as senators, but you got to call them. You don't have a choice. You got to send them an email. Put the pressure on them. Yeah, one is up for re-election right now. So got to do what we got to do. You guys didn't want to be political. You just want to sit back and do stuff. Now you can't. You don't have a choice now. Yep. This is it. All right. And with that, hopefully we'll see you on the range.
See you on the range, guys.
All right.